And what's up, everybody? This is your dude, Lightliger here, and you're watching my new video series called Niche Investments, where you're going to be learning about all of these alternative and niche markets that exist in this crazy world of ours, allowing you to diversify your portfolio and also invest in these emerging markets. In our first episode, we're going to be working on a very well-known brand, and that is Legos. Most of the male viewers watching this video have either played with Legos, bought them, or owned them at some point in their life, and they have consistently been a very popular toy line, and I have no doubt they are going to be very popular from time onwards, because not only they have patent for a lot of their building mechanisms, but they also have done a lot of partnership with existing franchises out in the world, such as Disney, Turtles, Star Wars, Marvel, Harry Potter, Overwatch, you name it. They have worked with so many different and existing franchises out there in the world, and they will keep doing that also in the future. Keeping those partnerships up will guarantee them a very, very successful future as they keep building more sets available for children and for collectors. And what exactly is the investment angle when it comes to Lego? So basically there is two. And this video will be focusing on the Lego sets that you're going to be seeing in a lot of the toy stores. Obviously, you can sell like used Legos as well, usually weight in price, which is not as beneficial or as good of an investment as selling the Lego sets, but still, nonetheless, something you can sell and acquire at flea markets or somewhere else on a yard sale, for example. So let's get into what is the Lego set pros and cons. So when it comes to pros, the Lego sets are very accessible niche because they are buyable in over 130 different countries around the world. They have their own specialized stores in many places. They operate and manufacture Legos in 30 different countries around the world. And most of, any type of a main or alternative toy, store are going to be selling Legos. So these sets are available all around the world. Some of the sets might be exclusive to certain regions even, making them much more rarer. So it is a market that is very accessible for most of the people around the world. The second pros is that it's, as we already established, it is a well-respected brand, has been around for a very long time, and there's not really any big reasons why it would become less popular over the time, because people are not exactly able to copycat their design or their power in terms of because they have all the patents. So Lego is a very well-known and respected brand. It's one of my favorite toys that I spend around time with. It has an immense education value as well, which is also one of the reasons why parents really favor Lego, have been favoring the Lego over the years. Also, it has very affordable entry points to the niche, so you can invest low as $10 on a Lego set. So it doesn't really need a lot of capital to get in and start flipping these Lego sets. And also, as a last point, it is a very low-risk investment for long-term holders. So in case you're not going to be seeing you're buying a box at $100 and next year seeing at $10, this is very rare for any Lego set selling under the buying price once they have been retired from the market. So they are usually very safe investments. Lego value is staying high, and we're going to be looking into those numbers in a second. But what comes to the cons? So first of all, there isn't really a lot of Lego sets that are priced over $1,000. So if you want to buy a $10,000 set and flip it over, it's not exactly a possibility that exists for many people. And because of that, you're usually forced out to buy multiple packs, which all of them you have to sell afterwards, or you're just going to be buying a couple of packs and then flipping them over. So it's not exactly the most scalable business avenue for people who are looking into putting millions in. And then the last point is that you have to speculate when each of the Lego sets retire from circulation. And in order to understand how this whole thing works is that once the sets actually retire from the market, that's when their price is going to be going up because they're not available in the markets anymore. So here's a good chart of things of like, for example, this Lego set of a Lego Millennium Falcon, which was released in 2007, which was priced at $500, is now selling at $236,000. And this was released 1 month ago. So it basically went up almost 5 times its initial retail value, and will probably go more as time goes on in the future. So there's a lot of Lego sets which have gone 5 or 6 times over their initial price. Some of the sets will only see 10%, 20% gains in a year, but there are a lot of examples of Lego sets which have retired from the market and have, increased quite a lot in price over the years. And here you can see the annual growth and the growth in total retail price and the actual valuation. And there's a lot of, different sets. Obviously, you have your Binacles, Harry Potter, Technic City. And here you can see a lot of the sets which are owned by a lot of the people and bought. All of the sets have different popularity. Some are less popular. I would argue that maybe the male-orientated Lego sets are going to be more valuable than the girl ones because it's been pretty male-dominant. And here you can see a lot of the annual growth percentages for each of the sets. So, for example, we can see quite a lot of the Star Wars Lego sets having a pretty high annual growth percentages. And there's a lot of, as you can see, Episode 1, Episode 3, The Old Republic, Rogue One. Also, the Comic-Con exclusives are very popular as well. You have a lot of, The Mandalorian also here, which is a fresh new, which we're probably going to be seeing going up in price a lot in the upcoming years. And there are other things. Obviously, you have the City franchise, the Ninjagos, and etc. And here is some of the other indexes that you can look. And averaging around, to my research, around 10% per pack after 1 year they retire from the market. And there are a lot of publications, including the stonewars.de, which talks about which packages are going to be, which Lego sets are going to be discontinued. So what you have to understand, as I said in the beginning of the video, you have to kind of predict when certain Lego sets are going to be retiring. You might buy like a Hogwarts Great Hall pack right now, and you expect it to go retiring the next year, but it turns out it retires actually in 2030 or something like that. So you're going to be holding 10 years that package until you can basically sell it. Obviously, even if they have not retired, you can probably sell them at 20% loss or something between those lines when it comes to the very popular franchises. So I don't think you have to really hold on that inventorium that much, depending on how much you're going to be buying. But I mean, as we already talked about, the architecture ones are also very popular. A lot of cities. I can see the Las Vegas one becoming very popular in the future. It was released in 2018. Obviously, what matters is how popular the set is, how much it has bought, how much are in circulation. There are a lot of numbers that go into these investments. And the lowest Lego sets usually are around $10. A lot of the average ones are around $25, $35. And the bigger sets are about $50, $60. As you can see, some of the bigger packages like these can go for €80. And you have to, I don't say that you need to be a super expert of the Lego sets in total to understand what is popular, what is not. You can always go to your local toy store and ask about them, or a Lego store, what has been a bestseller and etc. And there are a lot of statistics and websites which allow you to understand about this niche, how much you can be flipping them at. And a lot of the videos that I looked in researching this niche, I saw that the general normal packs which retired would see around 10 to 30% APY in 1 year after retirement. A lot of the popular ones would see up to 50 to 70% APY. And as we saw, the Millennium Falcon went 4 times the price. And there can be a lot of these. And then, I mean, as you can see, there's many things that are going to be retiring per year. Some of them are not going to be great investments. Some of them are going to be good investments. And obviously, it requires some type of a time to look into it. And you can start very slow, buying a couple of packs and then selling them. And the big question, obviously, is, well, where the hell do I'm going to be selling these packages in? And there are many multiple retailers in the internets where you can sell and buy Lego sets. Sometimes you want to buy them also from a third marketplace, believing that they might retire tomorrow or the next year, and you're going to be selling that later on a higher price. And Bricklink is one of them, which allows you to trade, sell, and buy different Lego sets. You have also Brick Traders. Then there is also Brick Tastics. Another place where you can sell your Lego. Some of these will allow you to also sell in bulk. So as you can see, here's a weight and like what it was the actual price of, like, you have some assorted parts from an open package and you need to sell those. They're going to be also fetching up for some price, but packages are where the price is going to be. Obviously, you can go into, as I said earlier, yard sales and flea markets, and you find a big box of Legos, and they're going to be sometimes sold in a very low price, and maybe you can buy that box, and maybe you can get the kilo or the pound value back in twofold or something when you're going to be going through an official circle. So there are many places where you can sell these, and some of them operate on Europe, some of them operate on USA, and there's many options for the Lego enthusiasts to enter into the market. And this is kind of like my rundown of the Lego niche market. Stay tuned for more niche investment ideas on the channel. Obviously, crypto content will still continue. This is kind of like a sideline series of sorts. And let's see how popular this will be. And we will see if I will be making more of these, a lot more in the future. Or maybe I will start another channel where I will talk about this non-crypto stuff in general. But Legos definitely are a very respected brand, and a lot of the packages are still very valuable to this day. Even ones from the 80s probably are going to be getting you pretty nice APY on your holding your investment. Some of the times you're going to be having to wait until that sets retire, so you might be buying too early of them. So you have to see what are the normal cycles for each of the Lego sets to exist on the market. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys on the next video. Make sure to like the video and subscribe as well. Thanks for watching.